Yorkshire will be batting. They've got to set a target. It's chilly, there's a little bit of drizzle in the air, but the pitch looks fantastic. And Jimmy Anderson will open the bowling for Lancashire, who have won the toss and decided to field. So there is Johnny Bairstow. He's going to open the batting. Nass, he got the option of batting at 6 or 7. He said, no, I want to open.
This lad can do anything and bat in any position, to be honest. His stats in county cricket, I know we've seen international cricket last year, but before that, in county cricket, he has been the form player in county cricket for the last 2 or 3 years. He's a wonderful player, but he is playing against one of the great swing bowlers of all time in Jimmy Anderson here.
Well, we better get off the pitch, so let's hand upstairs to Rob Key and Michael Atherton.
So Yorkshire in their traditional blue for one-day 50-over cricket. Lancashire in lime green. James Anderson has the ball in his hand from the rugby stand end. I fancy these conditions. It's very overcast here at Headingley. Pitch looks decent, but often here at Headingley you tend to look up rather than look down, and the clouds are quite low and heavy. And you'd feel that there might be just a bit there for the bowlers this morning. So no surprise, really, that Liam Livingstone decided to bowl first. Pitch looks fine, though. Not particularly green. Nice, even layer of grass. No swing as yet for Anderson. Pulled away, a little short from Anderson, and Lyth quickly onto it. Good start.
Quickly onto it is right. It didn't look that short at all. Just sat up as it hit the pitch, but he's very quick onto this. Fine leg is up, deep square leg is back, but it doesn't matter. He gets it sort of over fine leg or just wide of him. Just pulled him off. He's just a little bit short of Jimmy Anderson's length. He just pulled him off it.
Fuller this time after that resounding pull shot from Lyth.
You just want to be bowling first, even on a good pitch.
What a couple of shots he's hit at the start of this innings. That pull off Anderson, and now a sweet drive to the fence off Bailey.
Sign of a good surface. If you can just check drive like that, gets to the top of the bounce, punches it through extra cover. That's what you like as an over. You feel you don't have to really muscle the ball, you can just lean on it and it races away.
No! 9 for none, 2 gone. Bairstow not quite yet timing it as Lyth has been, but he's got that through. And that's the 3rd boundary of the morning.
Not a half volley, but another punch on the up. As you say, didn't quite get his timing. And just watch the bat twist. Just hits the inside half of the middle. That shows you really how fast an outfield it is, that it beats mid-off. That bottom hand just taking over just a bit.
Early signs that this looks a very good surface indeed. Yorkshire 16 for none.
Pulled away, there's a man there, but he's picking it out of the western terrace. First maximum.
Crunch shot this. Hits it flat. They can't find it now in that western terrace. It's blocked off. Other spectators are elsewhere in the ground. They can't find it. There's 2 of them going looking for it. Where is it now then?
We need back cam to just pop over.
Now
they're having a hug.
Yeah. Where is it? Under here somewhere. I'm sure it's coming in. There he is.
Square leg's been out. That's a shorter hit towards that western terrace. Fine leg up throughout this innings. That one has just been picked up again. This time finer, same result. missile ball back again.
It's less than 80 miles an hour, it's back of a length. Johnny Bairstow just helps it on its way. Seats again.
Well, that makes up for the two that he nailed to extra cover and mid-off. Want to go for those singles on the leg side. He doesn't go for a single. He goes over mid-on for a maximum. That's a big hit.
48 without loss. What a shot this is. 25 runs off the last 2 overs. Length ball looking for swing, Jimmy Anderson. Pumps him towards the rugby ground.
Great balance, that. Inside edge, the change has worked. Nips back. And Lancashire have their first.
Bowling change does the trick. Pitches and nips back. That's a good catch. Inside edge. Johnny Bairstow on the drive. Timely change before Lancashire. Johnny Bairstow's gone for 28. 48 for 1.
Warm applause greets Joe Root, England's new Test match captain, playing for the first time as England Test match captain on the home ground. He's been away. In the air, but safe. Up and over, and Joe Root's off the mark with a boundary.
Sure, this is meant to go there. Almost ladles it, scoops it over the offside. No, he might do. Yeah, he opens the face.
Yeah, it was one of those he didn't try and hit too hard. He realised if he just chipped it over the infield, it would go for 4. No sweeper out in that offside, apart from third man. That's Joe Root. That is Joe Root at his best.
Enjoying this. Caressed.
Tickled fine.
Always runs away very quickly down the hill there. Just about 80 miles an hour, Ryan McLaren.
How much have you seen of Hanscom?
Well, only on the television.
Yeah.
So not
Interesting player to watch, isn't he?
different technique, isn't it?
He stands very deep in his crease, but he's had a terrific start to his Test career. I think he averages a best part of 54 in the short number of tests that he's played. Don't have to be textbook to score runs or do well. Taken, edge, and McLaren as the second for Lancashire Lythe, who looked in good touch, has just tickled one behind.
Good delivery, just a little bit of extra bounce and a bit of nip across the left-handed Lythe. McLaren has made a little bit happen off the seam. The only bowler really to do so. So the second wicket has gone. It's Lythe for 30, 78 for 2. Peter Hanscom is the new batsman for Yorkshire. Now out to join Joe Root, who's on 18, played 8 tests and 5 ODIs for Australia. Another full delivery, sort of played off the back foot, nicely timed into the outfield, but again from deep within the popping crease. Gone. He's cut it straight to backward point. Big wicket of Joe Root, just failed to get on top of the bounce or failed to get it up and over. He was caught in between.
Yeah, it's becoming a problem for Yorkshire batsmen getting starts. getting in, looking good, but not going on. And as you say, Root there guilty of neither going up nor keeping it on the ground, neither one thing nor t'other. And McLaren now has 3 for 24, so disappointment for Root and for this sizable Yorkshire crowd on Bank Holiday Monday, who are looking forward to seeing a bit more of him. 87 for 3 Yorkshire.
Cloth's coming out. Gary Balance is the new batsman. He's been in terrific form so far, particularly in the county championship, over 500 runs. And an excellent domestic one-day career, over 1,800 runs at 51.
Well, his numbers, his statistics are good wherever you look, apart from perhaps the last few Test matches. Terrific first-class record, terrific List A record. In very good form, as you say, that wonderful match recently where he scored a double and 100 in the same game. Captain in Yorkshire in his first season. And the captaincy so far has done a lot for him. These are McLaren's 3 wickets, an inside edge from Bairstow, an outside edge from Lyth, and an indeterminate cut shot from Root that went at nice catchable height. Crunched square by Balance to the fence. Yorkshire's 100 comes up.
Fully in control of this. Managed to get it down and in front of that man catching there, unlike Joe Root and his dismissal. Beautifully controlled cut shot.
Lancs have got a substitute fielder on. Livingston has gone off. Inside edge, they all count. Look at that run away.
Well, he looked like he tried to get it to fine leg. It wasn't off his pads or off his hip or anything, but it just went in between. There you go, didn't far away from hitting middle stump. Just turn the face there as he's just trying to dink it into, well, probably just behind square leg. Gets it a lot finer, gets more runs than he thought.
Flashing blade brings 4.
Now he starts back in the crease, so you've got to try and get it that little bit fuller, because this is going to feel even shorter to someone batting where Hanscom is. Look at that, right back on his stumps, and he hits it hard. It looks like his whole technique, the bat lift, the way he stands, just set up for the cut shot.
Finds the gap, full toss.
There's a change of field. Normally the man on the sweep had been a lot finer, and they just brought him that little bit squarer, straighter, I suppose, and he's just premeditated this shot. Look how far he gets down at that stage. Most of the time against the seamers, he's right back. That time he nominates the sweep, gets it on the full, places it really well. Such a fast outfield.
Oh,
Capitalises on that free hit. That's the end of the over. 4 from it. Third umpire tells us that no ball free hit, they only had 4 inside the circle. Dragged into the leg side, 1 bounce.
Again, nominated sweep. Picks his spot perfectly as well. And a headache for Parry and Livingston on where to put that man out on the square leg boundary. It's a lot squarer than that for the sweep, or the regulation sweep, not the slog sweep that he just hit straight out of the middle of the bat.
Picture of the surface here, it used to be a very capricious pitch.
Go, George! Go, George!
Nothing like the one that both teams are playing on right now. As Hanscom drives handsomely off the front foot again through the offside for this time.
Just capricious mean.
Not right good.
Well, this is right good. Not just the shot, but the pitch. Nothing wrong with that at all. Just had to be short extra cover.
Yep.
Keep the strike as well. 157 for 3.
Groan from the Lancashire players, from McLaren. The ball skips away to the third man fence. No slip.
I guess with the pair of them, that's the length you've got to be bowling. You've got to be bowling it fuller. Try and get them on that front foot coming at you.
That was my question. It was going to be my question, really. You'd look at that, and then as a captain and a bowler, you'd say, well, what do we do then? The answer must be to try and push it up as on a fullish length as you can.
Slow burner this, because it just after 2020 cricket, 50 overs seems so long. As we saw the other day at Taunton, what a remarkable game that was. Tucked away. Hanscom, with his idiosyncrasies, has just eased his way to 50.
Yes, he's not necessarily a pretty player to watch, but he's an effective player, a run getter, knows his game. Slashed away, it's going to be 4. There's a third man and a deep cover. That really is set to 2.
It's a bad ball, isn't it? Wide, left-handers are just going to throw the kitchen sink. I wonder if it was slightly slow. No, it was 81 miles an hour. And he has to get it past one man, and that will go for 4. Play it, the ball goes down and behind him.
Oh. Well, how Balance has got that there. I mean, he did well to reach it in the first place. It was another incredibly wide ball from Jordan Clark, and inside edge just taking it past the wicket keeper. Takes Gary Balance 4 away from a half-century.
Yeah, I can't work out the plan here at all. I mean, that's 2 deliveries out there. Yeah, he gets unlucky there, the bowler. That could have easily just been nailed past backward point for 4 again. That's 2 really wide short balls and a scratch of the head. Is that the plan, or just poor bowler? It's better.
Exactly a run-a-ball partnership between these two, and evenly spread as well. 49 the contribution for Hanscom, 47 for Balance, 187 for 3. Current Wasp prediction is 307. As Hanscom comes down the pitch and hits sweetly over mid-off for 4.
Yeah, you need to have 5 men in to the spinner, and that's why spinner at this stage can go round the park, because mid-off is up, and just on the angle from round the wicket, he realises he just has to clear that man. He goes it in to out, hits it sweetly, comfortably for 4.
Mid-off again. Livingston hasn't adjusted or altered the field, so that boundary option remains over long off, and Hanscom takes advantage. 197 for 3.
I think he was trying to hit that a little bit straighter, maybe mid-off, but realising that he only had to clear the infield. Open the face at the last second, just on the angle again from round the wicket. I think that's it for Livingston now, those 2 boundaries.
I 50 for Gary Balance. Excellent early season form for Yorkshire's captain continues, and a generous round of applause for him.
Yeah, the captaincy has affected his batting, but in a positive way. Run machine this summer. Championship cricket, white ball cricket, what a great start. Great feeling to have. He'll want to really cash in here.
Eyeing up the leg side, he didn't quite get it.
Short again, pulled well and pulled for 6.
I think fielders interested as soon as this shot's played. It sails into the crowd, 6 more, 212 for 3.
It's the extra ball. It's a bit top edgy, shortish boundary down towards the empty stand. Third man, fine leg, deep square leg, and a deep point are the boundary fielders. Wow, that sounded nice. Back-to-back maximums for Yorkshire.
Targeting that shorter boundary. Talked about acceleration, it's coming now. Got a great platform. Lancashire on the defence, they need a wicket. Looks
just behind square on the leg side and sort of cow corner. To mid-off and just over his head for 4. They're on the charge.
Yeah, crowd has built nicely, they're enjoying this.
Well, he's not going to be frightened to take on the leg side because it is short and he's hitting with the breeze. It goes offside. That's probably the best we've seen. All the way for 6. Wonderful strike.
Again, Hanscom going slightly leg side, opening the face, opening his front leg to get the ball over extra cover. Brilliant stuff, this from Yorkshire. 18 from the over.
86 for Hanscom. With his second 6, he's hit 8 4s. That's his highest ever list A score. Now then, Proctor. Got to try and get out of this over somehow. Goes leg side and high. Should be out. Is Jimmy Anderson with safe hands. Big important wicket. My word, they needed that, Lancashire.
Wonderful innings from Peter Hanscom. Really tucked into Luke Proctor and tried one too many. It's Jimmy Anderson coming in from that mid-wicket boundary. Safe pair of hands, steadies himself, takes the catch, but it's a fabulous innings from Hanscom. He's gone for 86. 230 for 4.
Round the wicket to balance. Carved behind backward point, through backward point for 4.
He's powerful there, and he almost sets himself for that shot. You see this movement when he goes back and across into his stumps. Give him any sort of width, and he get width from around the wicket there. It comes on nicely. Just gets it past backward point. He's going to get 4.
Fine leg is coming up into the circle. Gary Balance is going to flip it past him. Clever cricket.
Well, it's extraordinary. A modern day player. Sure makes the captain think, now where can I put him? He's only got 9 fielders to go at, hasn't he? He's got the wicket keeper who's going to stand where he is. He's got the bowlers. But where do I put the other 9? Then you get a shot like that.
Flashed down to third man for 4. Head in hands from the Lancashire fielder and bowlers.
It's all going Yorkshire's way. 261 for 4. 22 4s, 6 6s.
spliced. It's going to be the 5th wicket, surely. Simple catch.
Well, a bonus ball came off that wide. 10 runs from the over. It's another welcome wicket as Livingston gets his team together. Bresnan looking for the big one over the leg side. Gets it high on the bat. Liam Livingston calls it, takes it. Bright 11 from Tim Bresnan. 262 for 5.
Risk option, they just take the risk. It's been hit well. He picks up length well. Anything back of a length. He's got fast feet, fast hands, moves into the 80s.
Yeah, absolutely. That's just a fraction short, and he's just looking for the pull shot. That's not a risk at all. That's not him premeditating or anything. He's just putting away a bad ball.
One from 71 though, Gary Balance. You think he's just ticking over, but that's gone straight up. Again, mid-wicket should come in. Yep. Just not letting himself get in there, David Willey. And he faced 3 deliveries. Even with just 6 and a bit overs to go, just give yourself a little bit longer. This one just bounced on him. Just clothed it up in the air.
High did it hit on the bat. It's hit the stickers right on the splice. He's just done completely for pace. David Willey goes for 1, 268 for 6.
Chase that down nowadays comfortably. Close, yeah. The reverse sweep again, and the drop catch doesn't cost them too many.
Another wicket for Lancashire. Important time. It's a big finish for them here. They've been excellent with the ball, not so much in the field, but it doesn't matter this time because Parry gets him right in front. And round of applause from the Yorkshire crowd. Gary Balance goes for a well-made 85. 275 for 7. That's why you're on. If I want a Yorker bowler, I'll bowl a seam.
Jot, he hits it hard. He really does hit it hard. And he can't be forced back. Number 9s you can bowl short and they won't hit you. Plunkett will.
He's got a massive role to play with the bat, Liam Plunkett. Not just today, but in whatever team he plays in. Whether it's a Champions Trophy, you look at some of the hitters around in world cricket. Liam Plunkett can hit it as hard as most of them. He's been dropped already by Jimmy Anderson at extra cover, who was close.
Oh, close. Close, that's out. Good shout, Bob Key. Stick with your left arm spinner.
Yeah, and well done, Stephen Parry. He's pushed that through that little bit quicker because he knows Rashid wants to try and hit to the short boundary. In doing that, he's going to go for the big sweep, and he just fires that through, undercuts the ball a little bit, gets it just to hold, bang in front. An easy decision for the umpire. Adil Rashid goes for 4, 282 for 8.
Get it! Fired that one in. Oh, could be a run-out chance. Yes, gone, I think. Been given out on the field. What a collapse this is. Good work from Lancashire. They've dropped a couple, but Hamid has run Plunkett out.
Yeah, the danger man at this stage, Liam Plunkett, goes. Much happier seeing him gone than Rafiq. Hits it straight to cover. Hamid has a misfield. Plunkett's, well, more than halfway down. Hamid holds his nerves, throws it straight to Parry, who just takes the stumps. Liam Plunkett goes for 6, 282 for 9.
Not timed at all. They won't even come back for 2. What an end for Lancashire. What looked like a score of 320, 330 has been reduced to 296 for 9. They lost 6 for 66 in 74 balls, Yorkshire. And Lancashire will feel that they've done really well there towards the end of the innings. Pitch is good, conditions are good, as you can see from that scorecard. No one really struggled early on. Every batsman found some fluency. Lyth made 30, Bairstow played well for 28. The England Test captain made 21. 2 standout performers. Hanscom made 86, Gary Balance 85. No swing and no movement for Anderson with the new ball. McLaren was the man who took wickets early on. He had 3 for 43. The star performer, the man who turned it around at the end, Parry, 10 overs, 3 for 55.
I think he's done okay.
He doesn't. I reckon he thinks that's a 4. Umpire's going to have a look. Slips there, his left foot slides away. I think it's over the rope as he drags it back with his left hand. Left foot, left hand. I think that's 4. Excellent umpire, Graham Lloyd. Signals 4.
This will race away, back with a .4.
This is the time for communication, really. Batters will be communicating with each other. Is it swinging? Is Willie still swinging it? And also Willie, just to realise that it may have stopped swinging, unless that's his variation, just trying to go across. So he may have set that on the line to swim back in, and it didn't.
Little fella like Alex Davis, you can get as full as you like. He's going to be waiting for that short ball. Chipped. It's in the air a while, but wide of mid-on, brings another 4.
Yeah, and I think that's why he gambled there. Just from what you said, get the batsman coming forward. Ball before had been short, so he said this must be slightly fuller. Dangerous and difficult shot, because now that it's not swinging as much, he is going across the line. But his timing and his placement was good enough.
Six back. Knows it's going to be short and takes another 4. Excellent over. 13 from it for Lancashire. 27 without loss. Oh, nick on. Bresnan strikes for Yorkshire.
Yeah, real drag on, but he'll take it. Trying to short arm, jab it away on the leg side. Again, just on the angle, slightly harder to play for the left-hander. Yorkshire needed that one. Luke Proctor made 10, it's 27 for 1.
Ooh. He's all over him.
Yes, Johnny Bairstow had that problem, didn't he, in South Africa, when he used to just step to his left slightly and anything to his right became a bit of an issue. This is wonderful from Bresnan. You get a new batsman in as a captain, you want to be all over him. And Bresnan's all over Hamid at the moment.
Oh, he's carved it away, giving himself some room. It was a shot from nowhere, really. It was off stump. Bresnan is not happy. 40 for 1.
Yes, he's created a bad ball really by giving himself a bit of room. He tried to do it a couple of deliveries earlier. You can see he just moves away outside leg stump, so he's creating width to a delivery that's not a bad delivery.
Matthew Fisher, second over. Looks like he's even further across on off stump. Oh, this one he's just chipped in the air. Liam Plunkett does well. Dives forward, catches it just before it hits the turn. Hamid is gone.
Complete mishit. I think Hamid is just hanging around whilst the umpires confer just to make sure the ball carried. My impressions were that the ball had carried, but the umpires have asked to go upstairs. This is Plunkett coming forward from mid-on. Had the impression he got his fingers under the ball. Not always easy to tell. In fact, sometimes the really slow motions, just the replays confuse things. think it's okay. Catch was clean.
Ian Plunkett's a good fielder. The ball was absolutely fine. His front foot was miles back on the crease. Just going to see another angle here. This should be the one. Yeah, fingers underneath and wrapped around the ball.
I just wondered whether it's Plunkett's reaction there that has given the umpires cause to just check this, because as you can see, it seemed to suggest that there's a bit of doubt in the reaction, but from that replay, he's got his fingers under the ball. I think the catch is clean.
Umpire just wants to see one more. Just at that point there, but you see his fingers are clearly underneath the ball. You're right, Liam Plunkett, the fact is nowadays, the thought that you know as a fielder, I'm not sure is the case. Liam Plunkett probably proving it from this reaction that he wasn't sure. But after a few looks, Hamid is going to have to be on his way. He goes for 8, 42 for 2. I suppose the problem for him as well, because Bairstow seems to get a bit more stick than others, because he doesn't play white ball. Whipped away onto the leg side and into the gap. And will just release a little bit of pressure.
Yeah, Fisher's bowled straight. If anything, he's just angled the ball back in. This is what Hamid tried to do the previous over, not the delivery he got out, but the LBW shout. Tried to get over to off stump and just help it away to the leg side, because if anything, Fisher just brings the ball back a fraction into the right hand.
On their stumps for the majority of their innings. He's had a little nibble at that. Tim Breslin's bowling well.
Chappell, aggressive captain, aggressive batsman.
Carved away, it's a thick edge, it races away. No one can do anything about that. Much needed boundary.
Right back on his dollies again, given the width. High reputation amongst his players. Good shot, square of the wicket, finds the gap.
Shows you still a good pitch. Just lean on a drive. Good length from Fisher, a little bit wide if anything. No means a half volley, but he just leans on that. It goes all the way across the square.
Which can happen on flat pitches. Possibly at 5. I'm hoping 5, because I'd have had him at 4 or 3, basically.
Sweep the googly. Yeah, well, I was mystified by the decision to drop Hasib Hamid down the order. He's an opening batsman by trade. He scored runs in the last game. It rather upsets his rhythm, the team's batting order rhythm. As you say, Livingston is their gun player with Villas. He's being hidden at the moment. They really need the runs. Pulled away and pulled firmly into the gap. Nice shot.
That's where his movement around the crease has won him a boundary, because Plunkett was watching him, maybe had a gut feeling that he was going to charge, dragged it down, bowled it short, and he actually stayed way back in his crease. It's a short lad anyway. And he just picked it up perfectly. Generally, guys who are short cut and pull well. Which one was which, to be honest?
Close, close, straight. Yes, gone. Third wicket goes down.
The asset of having a wrist spinner. Davis, the wicketkeeper, probably should be picking the leg spinner. He doesn't. It's the wrong un. And it's the perfectly landed wrong un as well. Doesn't get much better than that. Pitch just outside off. hit him in front of off. That's plumb. And Davis got 43. Lots of batsmen today getting in and getting out on a good surface. 80 for 3.
Wise there, a perfectly pitched googly from Adil Rashid. Davis didn't pick it, middle of middle.
That is plumb. That's the perfect wrong. And that delivery is in the back of every batsman's mind now. I play for the spin, the wrong one, the one out the front of the hat.
Oh, he's not picked that one either. Slip in place, so batsman feeling challenged on the outside edge with the catcher in place. First ball wrong.
And here's a lad who got 200s in the game against Sri Lanka and Dambulla for the Lions. So obviously someone who plays spin well.
Again, but two straight going down the leg side, and will go all the way to the boundary for somethings. Runs.
Yeah, good umpiring from Graham Lloyd there. He wasn't 100% certain. He just asked his square leg umpire, what do you reckon? Bat, pad? One thing's for certain, the fielder wasn't catching that up. That runs away quickly in that direction.
It's a wide stance.
Flipped away over the leg side for 6. I've watched Liam Livingstone. That is where he's really strong. Square on the leg side.
It's a flick of the wrist, the power that he generates. Little step down, he's premeditated that. He goes exactly where he wants that ball to be. You take a couple of steps down onto the offside. You want it full and going on to about leg stump, then you can flick it down into that corner. It's going at a rate of knots.
Deserved to go for a few more as well. That was a juicy leg stumper, half volley. Bresnan at mid-wicket has saved a certain 4. It's over fine leg. Really cute shots there from Livingstone. 1 for 6, 1 for 4, 11 from the over, 102 for 3.
It's clever batting. It's clever because he's walked down a couple of times, so he thinks that Plunkett's going to adjust and go back of a length, which is exactly what he does. So then he's got more than a better chance of getting that shot right. Plunkett goes full. It's not going to be an easy shot to play, but at that length on this pitch, the white ball. Red ball slightly easier.
Oh! Not sure he picked that one either.
He's lining up for a big cut.
Didn't spin quite as much as the previous one. I used to say Abdul Qadir was incredibly difficult to spot. Over mid-on, looking to go for 6 actually, and mid-on was just hovering on the edge of the circle and he just cleared him.
Spliced it for a boundary. Spliced it and got a boundary because he was swinging so hard at the ball. He backs himself. Another little step and he favours that leg side. He's lining that up. Plunkett's bowled it. Just a fraction full. One leg is back. Mid on and mid off are up. Square, there's a deep square leg in as well as mid wicket.
He goes again over the keeper. Terrific batting from Liam Livingstone. He's got this all the way for 6 this time. This is a terrific battle between a quick bowler and a batsman on top of his game.
And Livingstone's winning this battle at the minute. That is brilliant batting. All the pace, all the energy that Plunkett is putting onto this ball. Livingstone just flicks it away for a 6.
Really good bowling. He's bowling well here, Rashid. Good variety. That's a bit slower and spun hard. The previous delivery was maybe pushed out of the front of the hand, just coming back in and cramping the batsman. Keep them guessing.
That's his speed. That's his natural speed. Sometimes, especially in Test cricket as well, he gets obsessed with trying to bowl too quick, whereas actually he has a natural speed. He needs to stick to it like that. 25 gone, 117 for 3.
Said that. Brown just smears him away to the leg side. Brilliantly stopped Joe Root at deep mid-wicket. Excellent piece of fielding that encourages Matthew Fisher to run all the way from mid-wicket to say well done. 125 for 3.
Catch!
Gone, taken. The off spinner does it. And Carl Brown, who never really got going, struggled to find any fluency at all, has gone for 34.
Yeah, good bowling from Rafiq, but also brilliant fielding the over before. Carl Brown swept one really hard, was looking for a boundary. Joe Root did a brilliant piece of work. He only got a single for that, so that meant he was facing at the start of this over. The pressure told, he went for a shot to try and get it over mid-off against the spin. Rafiq gets a wicket. 34 Carl Brown goes for. 125 for 4.
Pulled away firmly. That'll help the course. Emphatic boundary. For example of the power of Liam Livingstone.
Required rate is 7.6, 4 wickets down, need 166.
Last ball of the 29th and Rashid's 8th. Oh, and he's got him. Another wrong one. Another batsman not picking it. Another wicket for Yorkshire.
Terrific bowling from Rashid. He's really enjoyed his spell, as have Yorkshire. His second wicket pitches it perfectly outside off stump, comes back out to the back of the hand. Wonderful bowling. Real danger player has gone for Lancashire. Liam Livingstone for 32, 133 for 5.
Left-handed Ryan McLaren is the new batsman for Lancashire. Comes out to join Diaz, who's only faced 3 balls. Excellent time for Adil Rashid to strike. Livingstone was starting to look dangerous. Did a couple of powerful shots, but just did not pick the wrong one. Beautifully flighted and pitched. Bit of inside edge back onto the off stump. Excellent spell of bowling. 2 for 29 from his 8 overs. Might be 4. It's gone across part of the square. Liam Plunkett will give that up. Much needed boundary, the 15th 4 of the innings.
That fishing trip that you mentioned, Tubby Taylor out in Australia, Ben Wilkins, a good friend and colleague, he had one of these things and I could see it coming down. I thought, is he supposed to do that? But it just disappeared into the sea.
Catch!
Oh, it does well. Fielder backs him up. It's the end of Adil Rashid's spell of 10 overs, and he's bowled quite beautifully. 10 overs, no maidens, 2 wickets for 34 runs. 148 for 5.
Couple of wickets in this excellent spell. Bowled lots of googles. Davis, Livingstone. 10 overs, no maidens, 2 for 34.
Lovely consistent length. Gone for 2 boundaries in those 10 overs. Rashid, 2 important wickets and an excellent spell of bowling. Well, that's it hard. Backward point, just stood and watched.
Left-handed batters are looking for that touch of width.
Heaved away, terrific shot. Finds the gap and another boundary. 10 from the 35th, 162 for 5.
come over to my side. McLaren just skips across to the offside and gets his bottom hand working.
Cut!
Flighted delivery. Long way down to long off. Live takes this one easily. What's that? 6 down now, 164 for 6.
I think Ryan McLaren liked this as soon as it left the bat, but it hangs in the air. Adam Lyth down at long off. Off spinner Rafiq stands and watches. He sets himself, takes it about 5 metres in from that boundary edge. Ryan McLaren promised, but he's gone for 16 and it's 164 for 6.
I'll tell you 3 reasons he's a good bowler. One, what you said earlier, I think he has a gut feel at what the batsman's trying to do. It's clubbed away over mid-wicket. Second is he is a good bowler, full stop. And the third, because Rashid is bowling at the other end at times, and you're not picking Rashid as a batsman, you think, I've just got to go after the off-spinner. I've just got, if I can't get Rashid away, I've got to get this lad away, and hence the big shots come at his end.
He's someone who just constantly thinks about the game.
Turned blind, but comes back comfortably for 2.
So often you're just so desperate for a boundary as a batsman, then you feel you have to take another risk. If you don't get one when you expect, you hit out the middle of the bat, you're looking for 4, doesn't go.
Mid-on, did it carry? I think it has, you know. Plunkett took a good low catch at mid-on, and now Fisher's done exactly the same.
Tucked it across onto the leg side. It was again the fielding of Plunkett. They only get a single from that, which leaves Villas on strike. Fisher does well, dives forward. Plunkett himself caught a catch like that early on in the innings. Fisher now diving forward. Don't think we're going to have to check this. Villas, he goes for 26, 178 for 7.
That's gone a long, long way. That is by far the biggest hit of the day.
That's not gone out the ground, surely. There's a massive stand here where we're sitting. That has gone a long, long way. Have a look at the finish on this bat swing. Good base, good step, good follow through. Watch how far this goes. No, not out the ground, but a long, long way.
That's gone all the way. That's more like it. Banged in, smashed away for 6.
Oh, he surprised me there, Bailey. I didn't think he had that in his locker.
I think Willie realised he had that in his locker as well. That's his first 6 in white ball cricket.
See how high he held the bat. Right at the top of the handle, get some extra whip. There it is.
Challenge for Willie though, isn't it? You've seen how he bowls with the new ball. The old ball, he's been carted for a couple of 6s here. He's just bowling length to a carry to third man, and you always feel a little hard done by when you're caught third man, but Willie and Yorkshire will take it.
He's done well to get it there. Bailey swinging himself off his feet. Well, the field went out onto the leg side, just saying, I'm going to come short at you. He went for the bluff, went for the length. Again, he's swinging hard at the ball. Just edges it all the way down to a simple catch to Azim Rafiq. Bailey goes for a run of ball 10. 196 for it.
Catch it!
Drag leg side, will that carry? Yes, it does. Hanscom makes no mistake, and that will cheer Rafiq up.
It was a good job. He had one more ball. Clark's cameo comes to an end. It was good to watch while it lasted. This is a good catch from Hanscom. Caught low, had to come in again. He would have been looking into the sun. Well, that has cheered Rafiq up no end. Clark, 26 off 18. 1 wicket left. 211 for 9.
No, then, game on. Game on now. Liam Plunkett, Jimmy Anderson, no more Mr. Nice Guy.
This was dismissive, wasn't it, from Anderson?
Cut!
Flighted. Rashid takes the catch. Yorkshire, the white rose, beats the red rose convincingly.
Yeah, and a fitting end. Caught Rashid, bowled Rafiq. Been a good combination for Yorkshire today. The two spinners that combined for the last wicket with a drift. Takes the outside edge, and Rashid takes a simple catch. Between them, just put a stranglehold on Lancashire's batting today. Yorkshire have run out convincing winners. Well-deserved victory here today. Lancashire never really in the hunt.
Bragging rights on the M62 go to Yorkshire. Well, it's pretty solid, but no big scores. Lots of 40, a couple of 30s, a few 20s. But no, you needed to have a real big partnership to get down to a 300, nearly 300. Lancashire all out for 217.
Excellent from the two spinners. Rashid bowled beautifully, 2 for 34, including the key wicket of Liam Livingstone. And the young off spinner, Naseem Rafiq, 4 for 47 in 9.2 overs.
So match summary, Lancashire winning the toss, inviting Yorkshire to bat. Peter Hanscom with 86, Gary Balance with 85. A bright start by Lyth and Bairstow, 296 for 9. And in reply, Lancashire in 43.2 overs, all out for 217. Yorkshire Vikings winning by 79.
Thanks, Bumble. I've got Adil Rashid with me. Adil, well bowled, 10 overs, 2 for 33. Ball seems to be coming out your hand beautifully.
Yeah, it came out quite nicely today. You know, I've been working hard in the nets and trying to keep it, you know, fairly simple in the middle. But stick to my game plans of just mixing it up and trying to think positive.
Two good players, two informed players you got out as well in Davies and Livingston. Both didn't pick you.
Yeah, you know, just one of those days where it comes out fairly well. Some days it doesn't come out as well, so it's easy to pick. But you know, thankfully it came out well today.
How easy or hard is it to bowl leg spin in April when it can be a little bit cool here at Headingley?
It can be difficult at times, but I think, you know, obviously with the pre-season games you have, and you know, for me, I've been playing it for 10 years, so I've got to get used to it and I've got to find a way, and that's what I'm trying to do. What
did you learn from your tour of India?
Just, you know, adapting to conditions, you know, seeing how the batsmen play out there, you know, how they manoeuvre spin, and you know, staying a bit patient and field setting. So it was a good learning experience for me. And a word on Naseem Rafiq, ended up with 4 wickets there. You're a useful spin combination between you. Yeah, Rafa's very competitive. You know, he gives it his all, and he's got good control. So you know, it was good today. Big season ahead for you, not only for Yorkshire but England Champions Trophy. That squad was announced the other day. Leg spin going to play a big role in that tournament? I think any spin will play a role, but it's off-spin, leg spin, you know, because in that middle period you need, you know, at times you need spinners to come and try create chances or, you know, take wickets, but that's a risk sometimes you got to take, you know. Sometimes you can go for runs, but sometimes, you know, you can dot them up and get wickets. So I'm actually looking forward to that. Well done today. Great to see you bowling so well. Cheers, thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, thanks, Ian. I'm joined by Steve Dennison, the chairman of Yorkshire County Cricket Club. If first I could have a word with the losing captain, Liam Livingstone from Lancashire, please, if you could just come up for a quick word. Liam, what did you think at the halfway point of that game today?
I thought we dragged it back fairly well towards the end of our innings. Obviously, they played very well in the middle. We found it hard to tie them down, but I thought we dragged it back really well and gave ourselves a chance going into the run chase.
Just a couple of things I want to ask about the batting order. Is there a reason that young Hamid didn't come out to open? Was that a tactical change?
We just wanted to try and make the most of the first 10 overs. Obviously, nowadays it's a massive part of one-day cricket. So yeah, we're still learning as a side, and still trying to sort of get our best order. So yeah, that was the thoughts behind it.
And yourself, you're in such good nick. Do you think number 5 is the right place for you to bat? Is that where you'd like to bat, or do you think you can sneak up that order a little bit?
Yeah, it was one of those things. Again, it was sort of looked the best balance for the side if I batted 5. So yeah, obviously I will bat wherever I fit in best in the team. But yeah, we'll have a look at things moving forward, I think.
As a team, what did you learn from the batting performance that you could do differently, better?
I think the massive difference was dot balls. We faced a lot, and Balance and Hanscom in the middle didn't face very many. So yeah, I thought they ticked it over very well, and we were a bit dot for. So yeah, we're still learning. We're still learning as a side, but yeah, we've got to learn pretty quickly.
Fair play to Adil Rashid, though. He bowled beautifully, didn't he? He looked very difficult to pick at times.
Yeah, he was. He was very difficult to pick with a white ball, and he bowled very well. So yeah, fair play, he bowled really well today.
Are you enjoying the captaincy?
Yeah, it's different. There's a bit more responsibility and stuff, but yeah, look, the on-field stuff's probably the easy part of it. But yeah, it's good fun.
You've lost 2 from 2 in this competition. No one needs to remind you of that. Is that a disaster, or is that you can come back from that comfortably?
I don't think it's a disaster, but there's definitely no place to hide. We've got to learn very, very quickly and turn it around. We've got a few days off now until Friday when we play Northants, so yeah, we've got to turn it around pretty quickly.
Good luck in that game. Good luck the rest of the season.
Cheers, man.
Liam Livingstone from Lancashire. If I can ask now Gary Balance, the winning Yorkshire captain, to come up for a few words, please. Gary, well played. Your first win in a Roses battle as captain. How does that feel?
Yeah, it's a good feeling. Obviously a good crowd in today, and I think over the course of the game we played some good cricket, which is obviously good after backing it up on Saturday.
What did you think at the halfway point with 296?
We thought it was a good score, probably just above par. We would have liked a bit more the way we were going, but we took that, and then obviously the way the lads bowled was perfect.
Were you disappointed at all in the last 10, 13 overs that you didn't get more?
Yeah, we would have liked more. Another 20 or 30 on that would have been perfect, but credit to them, they took wickets, and we lost quite a few at the end there, but we bowled well, started well, and bowled well the course of the innings.
Everyone talks about your seam attack, and you've got some wonderful seamers both playing in this game and out of this team, but your spinners do a pretty good job for you as well, don't they?
Yeah, they're very good spinners. Obviously Rash playing for England, done a great job with him, and Rafa always comes in and does a great job, and I think he ended up with 4 there, bowled at a tough time when the batters were going hard, so he always does that, and it's good that he's picked up some wickets today. Tell
us about Peter Hanscom. How well has he fitted into your team?
Very well. He's top lad, obviously a very good cricketer, and he's shown that today, getting when the pitch was doing a little bit and getting 80 odd there, setting us up for a good total.
You're 2 from 2 now. You've won both your games. Is the challenge for you to make sure that when the England boys go and you'll lose a few, to keep that sort of consistency going?
Yeah, absolutely. That's our goal is to be consistent over the course of the tournament. I think we've got some good players to still come in when the England guys miss out. So back them to come in and do a good job for us.
Please stay with us as well, because it's also man of the match time. For your 80 odd in 77 deliveries, today's man of the match is Gary Balance. Bottle of Veuve Clicquot champagne and a medal. Gary, just a quick word on your batting. You're in the form of your life. How much are you enjoying it? Is the captaincy lifting your batting as well?
I guess there's an extra responsibility, but I've just came into the season feeling good, and fortunately for me it's carried on, and what it's like as a batter, when you're going well, you want to make the most of it for as long as possible.
Still one eye on England, or is it all just Yorkshire, Yorkshire, Yorkshire at the moment?
Just listen to these guys. I'm just enjoying playing for Yorkshire and being captain. It's a new challenge, but we'll see what happens.
Great to see you playing so well.
Cheers. Thanks, Nas. Thank you.
Thanks, Ian. I've got Liam Plunkett here with me. Liam, first things first, how's the body? How are you physically this summer?
Yeah, back to where I want to be. Played against Nottingham 2 games before that, bowled some overs, and yeah, feel good. Felt good today, my lines were good. Some boundaries got away from me, but I feel in good rhythm. So looking forward to getting involved with the England squad.
Boundaries came from Liam Livingstone. I mean, Bumble says he's got a touch of arrogance and swagger about him. Seems a serious player, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's obviously got talent, the way of the lines and stuff, and had a good year last year, and starting to know his game a little bit. He's got some obviously good shots, took some off Joss there, obviously, but he moves quite late, so it's quite tricky to bowl at. But yeah, looks like a decent player.
You gave quite a revealing interview this week in one of the papers about how you're learning at the moment. You wish you'd learned some of these tricks earlier in your career. What did you mean by that?
I think when you first start, I mean, when I first came on the scene, you rely on talent and you get pushed through, and you're there with England, you just think about playing, and sometimes you get rushed through, you don't work on your skills too much. This was me, not everyone. But sometimes you just start excited that you don't work on certain aspects and you just back yourself, run up and hit the pitch. But as you play the game a bit more, you might lose your pace in a few years down the line, and I want to play for another 4 or 5 years. So you need to obviously bring them skills into the game, especially with people sweeping, reverse sweeping, late 80s, 90 miles an hour balling. So yeah, obviously I wish I learned and might play for England a lot more if I did that.
What was the crystal ball moment? What was the moment that said, I've got to change the way I am?
I think towards the end of the game as well, if people can line you up, obviously like Liam did there, obviously played some good shots, but I got left out of the squad, and Trevor was honest with me a few years back and just said you need to work on your skills. So I wasn't going to get washed away. I wanted to come back stronger, and that's what I did. I think I spent the whole of that test trip working on leg cutter, off cutter, and some skills. So that's what I wanted to do, and that's got me back in the team, and I'll keep continuing to work on them.
Things have gone really well. I mean, you bowled really well last summer against Sri Lanka and Pakistan, and a really good tour of the West Indies. Do you think you're a definite to start in that first Champions Trophy game?
Obviously, I'd be disappointed if I didn't play, but you're never definite. But I'd like to think I'm playing. I feel like I was one of the better bowlers on that tour in the Caribbean, and we'll see where we'll go. Have a good net the day before the Ireland game, and hopefully get the nod.
And that Ireland game could be your 50th one-day international. That's a long time coming, but also a reward for a lot of hard work on and off the field.
Yeah, obviously at one point I never thought I would get there. I mean, it's took 12, 13 years, I'm not sure how long, but it'd be nice to get that, obviously Norden, to get that cap, and just a little milestone, which I'll be proud to get.
Well done today, good luck in that Champions Trophy.
Thank you, thanks a lot.